Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be doing an oil change on my 97 Dodge Ram. Okay, so welcome back to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, how about hitting that subscribe button so you get notified of any future videos that I produce. Whether it's auto repair videos, DIY videos, whatever the case might be, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Anyway, so today we're changing the oil on my 97 Dodge Ram. And what I want to do first is, well, let me show you around the vehicle first, but normally I don't need to lift this guy up because the clearance is pretty good. For a two-wheel drive vehicle, it has really good clearance, and I can just slide underneath there and do the oil change without any trouble. But since I'm going to be filming for you guys today, I'm probably going to lift it up. So I'll get to that in a moment. But I figured I'd show you around the engine bay really quickly just to show you what a 97 Dodge Ram engine looks like. And also wanted to mention that I'm the original owner of this vehicle. I've had it since it was brand new. In fact, I special ordered it from the factory to my specifications. And if any of you get a Dodge Ram, a 97, 98, 96, 95, any of those, you get it secondhand and you have any questions about how anything works or is set up or any of that, feel free to ask me. I'd be happy to, look into anything here and compare and show you how it's supposed to be, because everything on this vehicle is still original. Everything is still stock. So if you have any questions about how anything goes or anything is set up or wired or what have you, I'd be happy to show you how it's set up or show you some pictures or whatever the case might be. I'm glad to help you out. So this is a 5.2 318 cubic inch, and it's really very convenient to work on. You can see the incredible amount of room in this engine bay. I mean, it's super easy to work on. And then you can see right there a catch can that I put on this video to keep the oil from getting into the what do you call it? The throttle body. There you go. Trying to keep the intake manifold and all that stuff clean. I made that catch can myself, and I have another video showing you how to make that if you want to make one for yourself. And you can see it goes from the PVC right there at the bottom of that hose to the catch can and then to the intake manifold from there. Very easy to make, very inexpensive, and if you want to protect your investment in your vehicle and keep the oil, out of the intake manifold, that's a great way to do it. So I'll link to that video if you want to learn how to do that yourself for nominal expense. So here we go. Look at all that space. Plenty of space in there to work on. And like I said, I really have not had any trouble with this. I don't understand why some people really love to complain about Dodge products, because this has been really good to me. Like I said, all these years, and it's still everything original. So I have really no complaints about it at all. I've only done the regular maintenance procedures on it. And here you can see sort of a hood light that I made. And I also have another video, if you want to check that out, on how to make your own hood light to make it easy to light up your engine bay when you're working on it. So I'll put a link to that video as well, showing you how to make your own hood light for less than 10 bucks. It's really inexpensive and easy to do. And I have that hooked up to my hose reel up there in the ceiling. Also have another video how to make that for free. So a lot of good videos out there if you guys want to check that stuff out. See, it makes it very convenient. No cord dragging on the ground. I just have it hanging right from up there. I have a lot of convenient stuff for you guys. So I'm going to get to this in a minute, but I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to use my ramps that I have right there in the corner. I have another video showing you how to make those ramps with scrap leftover wood. So go check that out. Save yourself some money. Make yourself some good durable ramps. So let me lift this guy up, and then we'll get to starting on the oil change. Okay, so I have it lifted up, and as you can see, my DIY ramps hold up even a full-size truck with a V8. So not a problem whatsoever, or hold up any vehicle you throw at it. That's the beauty of using solid wood. No concerns about collapsing or flexing. Okay, so here we are under the vehicle, and there is the drain plug, and it takes a 5/8, in case you're wondering. Old American vehicle is going to take SAE standard. I mean, I'm sure you could probably figure out a way to do it with a metric, but it takes 5/8. And over here is the oil filter, which is quite easy to get to. So you can just crawl under the truck and in one shot get everything. Really easy to access everything. So let's see here. Let's see how tight this this screw has gotten here. Let's see if I can undo it. And am I doing it? Yeah, I'm doing it the wrong way. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this phone down. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. A little persuasion. This one tends to get pretty tight. At least I put it tight. It doesn't give me any trouble at all. Old-fashioned bolt to it, it can handle it. Not like some of the new stuff that can barely handle any torquing at all. And let's drain this puppy out of here. Get my hands dirty probably, of course. There we go. Right into the pan. Good shot. So we'll let this drain for a tiny bit, and we'll come right back to it. And it's still draining a little bit, but just wanted to orient you guys in case you're wondering. That's one of the reasons I love this old truck. It's so easy to work on. Just to orient you guys, that's the front of the truck. I came in through the passenger side, underneath it, and you can see there's the oil pan, the transmission pan, everything. Very, very easy to work on. Yeah, you go straight on back. Everything is super accessible, super simple to work on. And that's why I like this old truck. That's why I have no need to replace it with a brand new one. And the oil's almost done. All right, I'm going to clean that up, and I'm going to put the plug back on. So I'll put you guys down for a minute. And that's it. That's all done for that one there. Now let's get the oil filter out of here. Now, the oil filter is not, it's kind of hard to shoot it and do it. And it's better to use one of these metal band filter removers. I forget what these are called exactly, but it's a metal band that tightens around the filter. I tried to use the cup filter removal on these, but they're not that good. The size of the filter, the amount of ridges, it just doesn't work out too good for me. So these are much easier. So let's see, which way do we go? There we go. I tend to hand tighten it so it doesn't, bind itself to the motor. So getting it off with this is easy enough. So there you go. Just in case. Yeah, there we go. So I prefer just a hand tight. Oh, we're already leaking. There we go. Oh boy. Already leaking. Already making a mess. Always got to make a mess. That's the only way to know you're doing it right. Alright, let me get this out of here since I can't have the camera and my face, everything in the same spot. And then I'll come right back. Because as you can see, I have a big old suspension part right in my way there. So I can't really do it all at the same time. And I can't show you from the other side because there's another body part. Okay, you can see that we got the filter out of the way. And it's still dripping a tiny little, well, now it's down to drops, okay. It'll keep dripping for a long time, that's the problem. Even though you drained it out, there's still some oil in there. So it tends to make a bit of a mess. I like to clean everything out thoroughly. But the best way to do it is to do it as quick as possible and then put the new filter in because you'll never stop it from dripping. You'd have to wait hours for this thing to stop. And I don't have hours. Okay, there you go, nice and clean. And let me get the filter. Well, there we are. So you can see it's nice and clean up there. We don't have the rubber band stuck to it or anything like that. So that's nice and clean. So here we go. Put the filter up there real quick. Screw it in place. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. And let me get some of the oil off my hand so I can tighten it a little bit better. Some of the oil off of it also. And then we'll just go for hand tighten. And that's it. There we go. That's all I do. There you go. That's a Mopar filter I put on there. And hand tighten it so it doesn't bind onto the motor, bond itself to the motor, because that gets really bad. When you come back later, it's really hard to remove. So hand tighten is the best way. And there you go. We replaced the filter. We closed up the drain. And now we got to go to the top and fill it up with oil. So that's how easy it is to replace the oil and filter on a Dodge Ram. And in case you're wondering what filter this takes, for Mopar, it takes the MO090. And this should be the same for the 360 motor as well. The 318 and the 360 were pretty much identical. The only difference was the bore, obviously, the inside diameter. But the motor itself is identical. They may make some minor changes from year to year, but it's pretty much all the same. So let's put this aside. And the dipstick is right here. I'll pull that out in a moment. And to fill it up, it's right over here on this side. So I'll show you that in a moment. And in case you're wondering, for the lighting underneath there, when I was underneath there, I was using my reel lighting. It's a pull-down reel that I made myself. And if you want to know how to make that yourself and save yourself like 70, 80, 90 bucks, I have another video that shows you how to make a free reel lighter. Reel light. So you can go check that out. Anyway, back to filling this up. So let's see, let's pull this out of here. It's a little inconvenient for me now because the truck is much higher than I normally have it. Put this right here. Put the funnel in there. And let me get that set up and we'll start filling it up. Okay, and this takes 10W30, 5 quarts. So all you do is buy a 5-quart jug and dump the whole thing in there. Okay, so we're done filling that up, but I can't check the oil here because the motor is at an angle. So I have to start it up, back it up, and take it down from the ramps, and then we'll check the oil level. Okay, so now we're on flat land. I ran it for a few minutes and backed it off the ramps and put them away. So now we're flat, and let's check the oil level to see if it's correctly full. And I don't know if you can see it very well there or not, but it's right at the full level, so we're perfectly fine. So there you go, 5 quarts, 10W30, and you're good to go for another few thousand miles. Now one thing I always do on my vehicle is, now that I changed the oil, I have to drain out the catch can, which the whole purpose of that is to capture the oil that would go into your intake. So now let's take care of cleaning that up. And let's see. Can't get a really good angle for it, so let me set you up here and I'm going to drain it out and show you what's in there. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but don't worry about it. I'll show you in a moment. I'm draining out the oil from the catch can, so I'll show you in just a moment how much oil comes out of there. For the naysayers, the people that say catch cans don't work, I'll show you right now, just a few thousand miles, how much oil you can catch. Some vehicles it's more than others, but you will catch something. And I just close it back up. And here we go. Hopefully you can see, look at all the oil that came out of that catch can for just a little bit of driving. Well, I mean, not a little bit, a few thousand miles, but you can see what I'm saying. It catches quite a lot of dirty oil. This would go into your intake manifold and dirty up your intake, your valves, your injectors, depending where they're located, and throttle body, so many different other things. It's just so much better to do it this way. So check out my catch can video. Okay, there you have it. So that's how you do a quick oil and filter change on a 97 Dodge Ram 5.2 or 318. And this would apply to all second generation Dodge Rams from about 1994 all the way up to around 2001 when they started changing some of the engines around. So the 318, 360, they're all going to be pretty much about the same. Minor differences, but this gives you a really good example of how to do it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something from it. Any questions, comments, criticisms, concerns, whatever, put them in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And I hope you hit that like button and hope you subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.